Hello and welcome. We are talking today about the problem or the issue we have with the noise that we get with the image, especially in the shadow side of the area if we are moving between CC as ACEScct and ACEScct. But before we talk about that, we need to understand something that the log curves of each of them will behave differently with these parameters that we have in the color correction, like the primaries, the logs, and the curve. Why is that happening? Is because every curve has its own parameters and or its own numbers that they are behaving differently with different operations. So I have here in this example, I have like 4 versions of the same, for the same image, the same input. And, but we are dealing with them or manipulating them in different color spaces. The point is, or the target is, to get the same black points. This is our target, which is here. As you see, they are getting the same point here. They're getting the same point here with the same operation that we are working with, which is I am using only the lift. And with that, we see that there is different shapes going out with the same parameters for the same target. So how this is relevant to our thing? It is relevant because if we are working in only CCT, like for this example, you see in that area down there, if you are like putting the lift down, let's say here, if you are putting the lift down, we get the black, or like we have more blacks, but the start point from 0 till this area is kind of like going other way around. It's usually supposed to be like this, not like this. It's like from down, the roll-off is different, and with that we can avoid the noise. But here it's like it's showing the noise more, and this is really important. This is important thing happening with the CC and CCT, and that's why we need to work with the CCT. Is that if you have a lot of information in the shadows, and we want to have that information, then the CCT will allow us to work smoothly to get them out. Otherwise, with the CC, if you see, it's like less work. So you have less control on that area of the image. And that's why if you're getting a picture from, let's say, film scanner or high-end camera with a lot of dynamic range in the shadows, then this point will get you really success with it. How we can achieve the best results in CC and CCT without having some blacks in the, some noise in the blacks. And this is what's happening with like some cameras, like for a Blackmagic, they have a lot of noise issues maybe in the dark side. And when you are like doing CCT and do any kind of lifts here, any kind of shadow work, then you will have this curve and you will never get rid of it. How could you deal with that? What is the best operation? If you don't want to do it manually with curves, and this is take a lot of work, I have for me, the best solution is to work and to think exactly like how Davinci in YRGB or color management works. How is that? I will show you. Let's say work in log C. If you are working really natively in log C, then any operation you will do with the lift or here will also have the same effect. But the Davinci did something for us, that he keeps in mind the curve of the log C inside, but let these operations behave like a normal, let's say, linear way. And for example, if I do, like if we work usually with the lift in RE log C, then we will have this kind of effect. It will not introduce any noise. But if we work really in the right, in the REC, then we need really to change from 2.4 to log C and then come back to 2.4. And then with there, we will do the same operation and you will see there is a big difference. And this is what's happening with the Blackmagic Davinci Resolve. If you change it to, like you see, I am working all the time in log C. I am not working in Rec 709. And even with that, I don't have this issue here, because whenever I am trying, if there is no input transform here, then you are working in kind of linear. These will behave normal. But if you have any kind of input transformation, if it's ACES or whatever, then everything will happen afterwards. They will work like this one, like this one, what they told them. And this is what's happening, is going like it's working with the logic of log C of ARI, and that's why there is different in the work. How we can implement this inside ACES CCT? It's really easy. You go to the CCT, you do the same. We don't do the primaries inside ACES CCT directly. We do an ACES transform, and inside that ACES transform, we transform from ACES CCT to 709, and then there is 709 to ACES CCT or CC, whatever, but CCT is better for grading. Don't use the CC. The CCT will get you much better results out of your camera, especially in color grading. And then do the color grading inside here, or do the corrections here, do your blacks here, do your contrast here if you want. And this, because these parameters or these operations will work perfectly as usual. And if you see here, I want to achieve the same point, but I am inside CCT. You see that I get the same result if I am working with RGBY or color management RCM. And this is exactly what you need to know when you are working with images, and especially with the ACES. You are working in the part side of the camera, and you are changing the inputs itself. So you need to be really aware that the camera itself and its slot, they want to hide all the issues that the camera has or the sensor has, and this is what they do with them software. The ACES is make everything out there and you can control it. And that's why if you behave or you are using the parameters or the operations not in a way that you understand it, then you will take a lot of noise and you will get a lot of noise. I hope this helped. I hope this explained. If there's any question, anything, I'm more than happy to answer. A technician, I am a filmmaker, so I am not I'm imaging engineer or anything. So, but I want to nail my image that I get out from my camera and when I color grade it, and ACES is giving me that freedom. So please, if I am using some kind of terms wrongly, correct me please in the comments, and I will be more happy to learn from you. Take care.